This is a video to show the installation of the corner camera housing in the Peterbilt 320 cab. Essentially, you're going to cut an exterior opening. First, you're going to remove interior panels so that you can have access to the inside corner and pull back wires that might be exposed to cutting. Take a few screws out, gently expose the corner. Take a look at the area. You'll see that there is space for the cut to happen, but you do need to pull back the wires gently so they don't get cut. I secured it here with a zip tie. I removed that prior to closing things up. So I need to mark the opening. There's a template, put it against the hinge up to where the connection is for the cab skin. Mark the opening. It's not exactly rectangular, but that's to leave enough metal for the upper right hand bolt hole. I cut or drill a couple large holes opposite corners, top left, bottom right, large enough so that I can use a metal blade, battery operated jigsaw. It's fairly easy to cut. Again, I check the inside prior to cutting to make sure there is nothing that's going to be damaged. Typically try to cut on the outside of the lines. Right now I've used a drill and a saber saw or skill saw. If you need to enlarge it away from the hinge, the edge to the front of the cab, cut another 1/8 inch or whatever's necessary for the housing to fit into the opening. You can see my cut is a little larger than the template, and it is cut a little bit more away from the hinge. So you could put the housing in and secure it, and you'll want to mark where you're going to drill a couple pilot holes. There's 4 sheet metal screws, torque head sheet metal screws. You can see I put gasket material on the inside of the housing as a sample. Typically these would be painted first. Put it into the hole, push it in securely so that the holes will actually be where I want them. Drill a couple pilot holes, small to allow the torque head sheet metal screw to be drilled and secured. I drill the right side first, press it in firmly, then I mark the opposite side, drill those 2 holes, and insert the sheet metal screws. If I'm going to use the riv nuts, I have to enlarge the holes just large enough for the riv nut to pass through, and secure the riv nut using the provided tool or a standard sheet metal riv nut tool. It's important to secure the housing, flush and press it in so that you're having the holes put in the right place. Nothing damaged, plenty of room. You would hold on to this tool obviously so it doesn't spin, but it'll collapse down the inside of the riv nut. And then you can use the torque riv nuts to secure to the receiver, and essentially you're done with the outside. Obviously put the camera in, make sure it's right side up before you secure it in. Connect it to make sure it works before you close it up. Make sure you put the inside together as you found it. Release the wires with whatever you secured them with. Clean it up, wipe it down. You should be about done. Obviously pass the camera cable to its destination prior to closing up the inside of the camera.